We are so back.
Oh, we're live.
Yes.
Live to tens of millions of viewers.
Tens of millions.
Don't look that up. I'm Matt McClure alongside Sean Albrecht, Cal Noble, Jason Love, soon to be here, but I sent him to the hut for a beer because that's the kind of program director I am.
He's an expensive intern.
And I'm the kind of program director that others aspire to be.
I thought I was expensive, but...
We are here, of course, with a Series 2 match coming to you from the Birchwood Club. Are we in Highland Park?
Oh, yes, we are.
It's my favorite park.
There's a lot of landmarks, historic landmarks in Highland Park. Take my word for it.
There are indeed.
Spent part of my childhood here, hiding from the law.
Hiding from the law. This is a Series 2 match that we have tonight, and this is a pretty stacked couple of Series 2 teams because this is Court 2 of Series 2.
Brad Smith doesn't...
I mean, it's crazy. And, Cal will have to reset everything now that he unplugged something.
Well, it was going fine.
It's all right.
It was going fine because I was on.
It doesn't matter. They can still hear us.
I forgive you, mein darling.
Mein darlings. There it is. See?
Yeah.
See,
but it was working just fine. And then.
Yes, ma'am. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Thank you, Jason.
That is the most
You're
beautiful
a gentleman
thing about
and a scholar. No, you're a scholar. You're a student of the game. Yeah?
We are live.
We are live.
Yeah, we're totally live. We're really enjoying ourselves here. So a couple of fun things going on this evening. One is there is some pretty intense weather moving in.
Apparently.
So they decided that they were going to move the match a little bit earlier. Yeah.
Should I put the top up?
A little last... You probably should, actually. If the top is down on the Jeep, we are going to excuse you to take care of that.
That's going to hurt.
Oh, bummer.
Typical of the neighborhood that I live in. We're talking about something moving in.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about it. Hey, man.
It's going to be a disaster.
Do something about it.
How many of those blue striped towels from the hut do you think it will take to soak up your floor if Jeep?
Hey, well, as long as we don't know what club they're from, a number of them might be from Lake Forest Club. So
right.
Just don't check the label.
I don't think they should label them.
They should.
Don't drink the water.
Is that not always one of the funny things as a director, right?
Just like
What's
the towels you've amassed.
The biggest budget expense? No, is guys, where did $200 worth of towels go? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where they went.
I think there needs to be what would they call it? Like a towel amnesty day where you can just come back and, no questions asked.
Like a turn in your gun day?
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. I opened up my own water park with all of the... These towels look so familiar. Yeah, I know. You know it.
They're exfoliating towels. None of them are.
They
are soft.
They are very, very brash.
Dr. Sabaz, we talk
just
about
want to thank our
Cindy
sponsors
Crawford
as well. Illinois Bone and Joint
Speaking of
Institute.
Doctors. Yeah.
Viking. Wintrust Community Banks. And, of course, Volley.
God, I love the machine.
I do, too. Although you can't leave it out in the rain. It's not waterproof.
Is that true?
All directors across the North Shore to know that on this Thursday night, if the Volley is out on the courts, you should bring it in.
You should put the top up on your Jeep and
it's got a nice cover,
the Volley machine.
Yeah, it's got a nice cover, though.
Yeah.
Put the top up on the Volley machine.
Have we talked about we're at the historic Birchwood Club?
We brought it up,
okay,
but
got
not
it.
in any great detail.
I missed it. Sorry.
More of I believe Abe Lincoln slept here. I don't know. I'm joking. I don't know if that's the case.
I was late. I apologize. We're approximately 4 miles from the hut. So
it is. We are set up for the Birchwood Tour tournament this weekend. And
so come on out, everybody.
One of the cool parts about the Birchwood Club is that when they decided they were going to do an addition, they left courts down where the original hut location was, and they added on to the main clubhouse. So up top, they have 4 paddle courts up there
awesome
with some
viewing
prime time viewing, and it's connected to the restaurant,
floor to ceiling windows.
And then that little light off in the distance through the windscreen at the back, that's us. That's where we're at.
We'll send up a flare if we need anything.
Smoke signals. Yep.
I remember coming to play matches here back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I always liked this. This one
court.
always had a fun hut atmosphere.
It did, definitely.
It was always nice and chill.
And the pickleball courts are right on the other side over there. And this is your summer rackets.
That's right, I forgot about that. I don't think I've ever been here in the summer.
Really?
I was
Clay
forcibly.
tennis courts are out in the front.
Yeah, no, I've seen him.
Yeah,
I was here in like 1983.
that was a good year.
I'm telling you, forcibly. I didn't really want to show up, but I was dating one of the members' daughters.
Oh, nice.
I just showed. She brought me here, and we had a good time.
That is excellent.
The food was good. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say that.
it still is.
That's what I'm gonna tell you that much. But,
1983, good
but
year.
look at me. Does it look like it? The food wouldn't be good.
You had to drop it in, didn't you?
Yeah, you did.
I
So
just
over
did
here
that
on
as a
this
joke.
side, Deuce side, playing for Knollwood is Eric Kopman. And then in the ad side, red vest is Brad Smith, director at Knollwood Club. And then up there at the net in the nice tucked position, well, that's a bummer way to start, is Gabe
Perfectly
Korak.
placed. Perfectly placed.
And then his partner's name is
Fisher.
Brandon Fisher.
Brandon Fisher.
You betcha. The Brandon Fisher.
Before we get too into
I think
it,
we should call him Bobby for the rest of the match.
Okay.
That's
Look
two
at
leg
another
courts in a
leg
row.
courts in a row.
Sorry, Jason, go ahead.
No, I was going to say thank you to Brad Smith and the Knollwood
Yes.
Club for hosting the States.
Oh,
The
yeah?
State Open portion of this series in the state tournament this last weekend.
Brad is awesome. I mean, I don't mean to play favorites because we're not supposed to be doing that.
But we
Brad's
will
awesome.
anyway.
Brad's awesome.
Yeah, I've known Brad a long time. We taught together at Unconventional Club.
Oh, that's a beautiful forehand from Cobman. And what a reply.
Great
Oh, my
screen drive.
goodness, yeah. Gabe
Love to see
Korak.
the tight screens.
For Yes.
sure.
You know that. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
If it's not tight,
Yeah, what's
just
the
not
point?
fun.
Exactly.
How did the states turn out, by the way?
States were great. We had 12 teams in the state open, but when you combine that with the series tournament, we had 225 teams competing.
Jeez.
Sorry, 225 players, 124
Coach, that's got to be a
teams.
record, no? I mean, that's a lot of.
That's a ton of people.
We are
players.
proud to say we are the
Rashad.
largest single-day
Event.
Really?
tournament, partner tournament.
Oh, wow.
So again, like the team nationals is obviously larger, things like that. But
Yeah, but that's not fair. It's that's team night.
124 teams.
He's
But yeah,
unbelievable.
30 all.
Knollwood did an amazing job as
30s.
always. So thank you to them.
It's a nice club too. It's
pretty sweet.
Always liked Knollwood.
Hey, for anybody in Chicago that's interested, there is
Uncharacteristic.
there's 2 team slots
I think that was
just
40,
opened up
15, by the way.
in the
It's all
Birchwood
right.
tournament
Mike, we
this
got a
weekend,
game.
actually.
Yeah,
Because it sounds like
Korak
somebody had to
and-
drop out or got
and
hurt.
Fisher won that one.
So if you're a local player in Chicago and you're looking to get the crap kicked out of you by a bunch of tour players,
You don't have to look
should,
very far.
You should email Adam.
Yeah,
Matt, you want to
Adam
play?
at birchwoodclub.com.
don't look very far.
You know,
Birchwood
I would
beat the
love
crap
to,
out of you.com.
actually.
Yeah.
But I can't for obvious reasons.
Well, I plan on commentating and playing
Yeah,
in the
you should.
men's semis.
We plan to have you.
That'd be great.
on
We will
Saturday.
put the headset on you while you. That's great.
Yeah, we were
would.
going to do the lavalier mic, but I think the headset would look even cooler.
Double
Yeah,
duty.
I would wear the headset.
Look at the. I gotta love Brad, that high backhand. We're supposed to say that's not really a good idea. And Brad's like, yeah, no problem. A little high backhand. I'll
That's not
smack it.
really.
Look at that.
That's not
screen
really
drive.
the
That's
game
nuts.
anymore. You know.
Oh. Again, uncharacteristic.
Yeah,
Say
but I
forehand.
like it that he hit it.
So do
Yeah.
I. I don't know what it is, but I like it.
Known for his big rolling forehand.
Yeah. Of course, I'd like to roll it that way. To me, that's like a freaking snap. And did I pad down the wire? Somebody almost tripped over him right there, out the window there, Cal. You know what?
Well, I mean, we
The wire
can.
management, cable management is F for me today. Seriously.
Well, apparently there's this big storm rolling in. I don't know if you guys heard about this.
That's true.
Oh, I love it. The baseline cutter.
I don't know
That
if
works.
that's going to be
It does work.
a real thing or not. I don't know if the weather's actually going to get
Hold up,
here.
let's see
It's
what we
just-
got.
I wish I could be really bad at my job and still have a job.
Apparently, I am.
There's a science to all things, and if you're a meteorologist, you can kind of just mail it in. That whole science part
Yeah,
is,
I mean, I don't know what you
All
went
right,
to school
yeah,
for.
you
but
know what, guys? Okay, it's really not supposed. Well, I take it back. 7 o'clock. Yeah, 62% rain. 7 o'clock.
That's not that high.
No, it doesn't even feel like it's going to rain. But
I
I've
don't
said
know
that,
when I learned this little tidbit, but it was way into adulthood, which made it uncomfortable. But I didn't realize that the percentage of rain wasn't the likelihood
Right,
of it to
right,
rain,
exactly.
but how much rain a specific area was going to receive.
Yeah.
So it was like
that area,
Yeah,
right,
of,
yeah,
the, of
yes,
like a,
yes.
so it's based on the 62% chance of rain is whatever the square mileage is that they're measuring. 62% of that area will receive rain.
He missed. He's
And I
human.
was just like, well, that's stupid.
I still don't understand it.
Yeah, it all of a sudden got a lot crazier statistic-wise, right?
You know what? I think they just want to make sure. Oh, unbelievable.
There's a 100% chance of rain
Bamboo
on
shooties.
62% of the area.
Yeah.
Got it.
70% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
All the time.
Now it makes sense.
Every time.
We got 1-1 pair
All
of
right, so
breadsticks.
Gabe
What do
serving
we
it up
call
here.
it? Bamboo shoots?
Bamboo shoots.
Or
That's a great pick.
breadsticks.
You know what? I love the fact that Korak can pretty much volley from all the way back to the baseline and then pull a
Yeah.
drive like that out.
I would say volley from anywhere on the court.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things about his
Hard
game
man.
is that you can't bother him. Wherever he's standing, at any moment, he can come up with a volley
Yeah.
or he can let it go and dig it out. And it's just sort of like
volley.
based on how he decides to play it in the moment.
It's like they have talent. I would never know. Never.
Oh, someday you will.
That's not true. You played some great tennis matches. We've heard about them.
The
Yeah.
check's in the mail. Check
That's
is,
not true. You're getting better at Fortnite. You've got talent.
Good setup. I like that
Rocket.
move. I'd like to see him get his paddle up and ready before the drive.
Before the ball shows up.
Yes, yeah. Not an afterthought, but
It's kind of stylish if you wait that long, though. But you're right.
Sometimes your brain betrays you, and you
Let's
were thinking
stay in.
about
It
it, but
did.
your body didn't do anything with the information.
Good lead, but
Great
that's speed, by the way. Okay, he did call it out.
He
It
did
did
call it.
look
I
a
was
little.
gonna say.
I also
It looked
thought
a
it was
little
out.
long. Yeah. To be fair, I like the redo. Good idea, Gabe. Gabe, being a good host there, just saying, you know what? And it did look a little long, to be fair, But what do we know? I mean, look what happened to the KC game.
I think
They
it
didn't
had-
give Josh Allen that first down. He should have got it.
Oh, can we bring that up, please?
I think that point actually had more to do with Fisher continuing to play.
Yes.
Right? So he spun around and he sort of, took a look at it and then decided he was going to continue to try to dig it out.
Let's get a conspiracy theory going. I think he did it deliberately.
I think he did. I think he did it on purpose.
He just kept playing.
It
Which,
was
by the way,
it
is
was
a
an elaborate prank.
It's a veteran move.
Well, and I think, too,
Boy.
it's hard to be chasing.
Clearly
I guess it was out.
Yeah, now
Ball
we
never
know.
lies.
Now we know.
But I also think it's hard to be running back and chasing a ball and watching the line at the same time.
Oh, I totally agree.
So-
I mean, he was spinning around
Yeah.
at the moment, and so if you don't get a clear look at it, you got to continue to play. I think Gabe did have a good look at it.
Yeah,
It wasn't
the
like he was-
guys I play have trouble whether they're running backwards, forwards, sideways. It doesn't make a difference. They're going to make a
good
call no matter
drive.
what. Little longy.
Screens seem really tight. Seem very lively.
Juicy.
I love that.
It is a little warmer, dare I say that? It's
Yes.
44 degrees, so technically, that might have something to do with it.
We really only had paddle weather for about 4 weeks.
Yep.
Now this is it. It's springtime. It's going to stay like this.
Cal, don't bring up the ice rink, please. Please don't bring up the ice rink.
What? You got 6 days.
Yeah,
in.
we did. We skated doubles. We did. I made the kids go out there for doubles.
It was 2 days.
But
It was the Mighty Ducks out there.
Yeah, I love that Adam's got the Adam Morgan, director of racket sports here at Birchwood Club, has those screens tight.
Yeah.
For tournament weekend, we always used to call them tournament tight at Glenview.
You should.
You
You should, especially because by the end of the weekend, with guys bouncing off of them, they're gonna, have plenty of tension beaten out of them.
That's about the only thing I'm good for is to loosen up the screens, is to run into them right now, guys. At
Sean,
the
I
weight
need you
I'm
to
at.
run at full speed into all these screens. They're just a little tight.
It's not a trampoline.
I'll make it a trampoline, don't worry.
Not yet.
I remember one time a guy ran into it. He's like, I go, man, look what you did to the screen. So I didn't do that.
Right.
I go, yep, you're a solid 275 and 6'4". You didn't make that dent in the screen. That was
Right.
me,
Yeah. Yeah. Out of the two of us, there you go.
Almost, Brad.
Little
We all,
behind
we
the
all
back attempt.
We all appreciate the attempt, though.
He's good. He makes a
keeping it
lot of
flashy.
those.
We've had, he does, by the way. We've had matches halted because of a dent in the screen. Do you remember that? What tournament was that? Way back when?
I think it was
Coach?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I think it was
I think
Pittsburgh
so.
last year or last season,
We had
not
to move
this season.
2 courts because they dented one and then they dented another one.
Yeah,
Somebody
guys
did.
just kept diving into the into the screens and tearing them, at the posts. And it was a rough weekend.
It actually happens quite a bit, surprisingly.
It does. You
Or
would
maybe
think-
not
You
surprisingly.
would think somebody would, put the brakes on a little bit more, but
Well, when you're
I don't know.
6'4",
Sacrifice the body,
375 like
guess.
I am, you can't put the brakes on.
You added the
Nice.
great waterfall, Sean. Yeah.
Well, I'm figuring, I'm just going to round figure here. What a shot.
He's
No
got a nice
way.
That's a
backhand.
cool little angle.
Come on. Now he's just showing off.
Well, he kind of baited him into it, right? He came into the
GK,
court
look
like
at
he was
this.
going to cut it off and then loop back
Unreal.
behind
Come
it.
on. All right, Novak.
I like
that
what
all
I
about?
like what he did there. He kept the speed slow.
Yes.
Right? If you hit that ball hard, everybody lets it go. It's going long. But you hit it slow, they either have to hit it or it's going in.
Yep.
That's when you know you're good and you can hit that hard and keep it in. I don't understand that one. Look at that.
Famous line. It had a lot of top spin, Sean.
Is that when the ball only has a spin on the top half of it, by the way, Adam? I
yeah.
always wondered about that. It's in there.
Little lefty-righty kind of battle here in
Yep.
the middle. Because Eric's got a good overhead. Brad's obviously got dominant slash and
Yeah, we're getting a
cutters.
little more conservative here.
But we are at, like you said, a higher temp, so we might not get the same action off the ball that you would a
Good
week
point.
ago, right, when it's cold.
True.
Oh, nice lob.
He's really.
By the way, great lighting. Even though we always looked at it almost like it was surgical. Cal and I were saying it looked like I'm at Dr. Kaplan's office. But
Oh, that's nasty.
Had a lot on it.
but
Great
Good
dig.
dig.
but they do a great job. I mean, look, they're just flooded with light. There's really no dark spots out there at all. I mean, I'm not out there because I cast a big shadow, but that's not the point.
Yeah, they've got the LEDs with the discs.
Yep.
So each
Yeah.
light, I believe, has 5 discs up there.
It won't go.
Just a little bit of drift.
The lights are one of the pieces of the court that I
Nice
love
fade
that the
out there,
technology has continued to evolve. Mm-hmm. People are always looking for different versions.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, these, if you go way up in the sky, it looks like one of those drones that we don't know about. We're not sure about.
It's a great little flick there from Brad on
Yeah.
the recovery ball.
Great little squash flick.
Taking it down the line.
All right, another point to hold here and go up 3-1. Eric with that lefty magic.
He's got a good
Everything's
lefty
possible. Oh, goes for the tomahawk.
serve. But look, he knows he
Yeah.
got
Probably
away
not
with
a
one
good-
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not happy with, the setup of that point, perhaps.
All right. Another deuce. Thanks, Sean.
Another deuce.
We were
Very
thinking, we
dramatic.
weren't sure after looking at the scoreboard what the score was, but we
Very
figured.
dramatic.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Sean. Just way to show up.
I know we.
Oh.
Good spot.
He.
It's kind of backing away.
We
a
played,
little bit.
3 games already?
Yep.
We already know what his favorite shot is. Question is how quickly will Brad and Eric figure out that that's also his favorite shot?
You don't want
Boom.
to spend a lot of time putting the ball into his screens on the backhand side.
No,
He's going to figure out ways to drive it.
or short forehands.
Yeah. It also,
Well, I haven't seen him drive a forehand yet, has he?
Well, he's missed a couple.
He can drive a forehand. It's just that I feel like his backhand is so much harder to read.
Yeah. It's very short, compact.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And back to deuce.
And his movement throws you off as well. He's
That's
like kind of always, patrolling forward, and he's kind of baiting you to hit a ball hard at his feet, thinking you can get away with it, and all it does is turn into a screen drive.
Right, that's
Trolling.
what I was saying. He baits you into hitting it harder, and it just comes back up higher and easier for him to drive.
Yeah.
Do I sound totally geek? So patrolling. Way to use RSA, US PTA
Yeah.
stuff. PTR,
Yeah, I'm certified.
nice. I always heard that you were.
Certifiable?
Like that means anything.
Come on, it means a lot.
means a
Eric.
lot. I've
mean,
got lots of letters.
I had this one director that I worked for early in my career, and he went on and on about, getting the PTR
I
certification.
think I know who that is.
You got to do the PTR. You got to do the PTR.
Whoa.
And I was
Oh,
like-
he got the
Oh.
doink. Did he call it, though? Did we get a replay?
I
I
don't
don't
think
know
so.
if he called
Yeah, you
it.
got to call it.
So he kept talking about getting the PTR, and I was like, "Do you think
This
I'm
is very
magically going to
doinky
be
right
a
here.
better pro next weekend
Beauty,
after I
beauty.
take that? Like, what do you think is going to change so much about the way I'm teaching when
Great
I have
return.
the PTR? You're going to love it. It's got a progression, like the lessons I do now don't.
I don't know, Coach. It was
What I
kind of,
like
for
to
me,
do
it was
is-
like a baptism, really. I went under the water. I came back. I was a new man.
I think that's the first drive he's missed.
Gene Holland made me a new man. So, those of you who
Mine was Mike
remember,
Lang.
right? Mike, I know Mike.
Not to name names.
Mike
I know
Lang
Mike.
made me the man I am today.
No, I know Mike
In a variety of
long time.
ways.
Yeah, Mike's a good dude.
Yeah.
Mike's a good dude, actually.
Out in Aurora.
Yep.
You betcha. Awoa.
I know
All
we
right,
spent
that's
a
the
lot
way
of
I say
time.
it. I
Oh,
know.
great lob.
Sure,
Yeah.
that's a
Great
super
lob. So, again, that's your Q3 lob. I know we talk about Q4s a lot, right?
Yes.
Q3s, great lob there.
Cross court. A little bit longer line there.
We talk a lot about logos.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I think he almost meant to take that one. Because, I mean, he literally was ducking, like, right, look at this. He's, yeah.
I think he was trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. I'm just, you know, a guy who always gets hit because of the, you know,
Nice rule.
the dimensions and the volume. You know?
And I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but Brad is one of those guys you don't want to get
No.
frustrated.
Yeah, that would
We could see some
Yeah,
sizzle.
that would be
we
a
could
bad-
see some sizzle coming.
Yeah, he doesn't have a problem taking the safeties off in certain situations.
Well, but
No.
also
Don't want to be in the receiving end.
You're going to
No,
start
thanks.
seeing a lot of cutters. You know.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Boom.
Nice serve.
Right into the camera there, Cal. Awesome.
Did he call the
Technical
doink?
direction from Cal Noble.
Sorry, did we?
Got a
Sorry, to circle
award
back.
ring.
So is that a tennis ball logo, right? Like a seagull. But they have swim here.
The Birchwood Club logo.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
ball clearly,
Yeah, I mean,
but like the tennis ball lines off skewed, right?
it could be a variety. Maybe it's just one of the Olympic rings.
I think I just.
I was thinking it's a tennis ball with the pool, the waves, but
There
it's the
you
play
go.
off of the lines of the
Yeah.
ball.
I'm thinking.
right?
I'm thinking.
Yeah, there
I'm
you
thinking
go.
post manicure, guys. I figure.
It's a good, yeah.
But,
Those
I,
are
but
fingernails.
it is kind of a cool thing, and I think there is. Yeah, the ball. Maybe this 2-ball. You know.
What's their mascot though?
Oh, geez, that's right. The Oaks.
The albatross.
I like. You know what? Albatross
The
is phenomenal.
seagulls. I actually kind
No,
of
no,
liked the seagulls.
Just because.
Tight screens, counter drive there. Again, you get burned a little bit. We're at what, 50 degrees outside, roughly?
It-
Get that
something
ball,
like that.
45, maybe.
47.
Wow.
Can you be a meteorologist, please?
Shot set. Again, I don't mean to root, but that was a nice foul.
Listen, I know they're not great with the precipitation, but they get the temperature right almost
Perfect.
every time.
Yeah. Absolutely. There we go.
Like,
You really
you
think
got to
so?
admit that's the part of their job that they get correct. Yeah, I've never
And
been
thank
like it's
God
supposed to
for
be
that,
96
you know.
today, and then I was like 71. Like it's never
That's
happened.
big. That's a big gap.
Well, yeah, but so is the rain.
what a
way.
volley.
Oh, good
Come
stretch.
What a volley.
Talk about lefty magic. I mean, he's Chris Angel right here. Look at this. This is crazy.
Mind freak.
Wow. He's levitating. I swear to God, he levitated.
And again, another screen drive
Shot.
slow off the back screen, right?
Talent. Talent.
It's an interesting match.
It is.
I always enjoy the transition as well when you get like this sort of the occasional like odd warm week in the middle of the winter.
Yes.
Where you wonder if it's like, I mean, do people start to overthink stuff? You know, does it become more aggressive because the ball bounces a little higher and you feel a little physically warmer?
Yeah.
I mean, I always feel like it changes the dynamic a little bit, but
Oh, without question.
my game would like absolutely change between October and February.
Totally.
Right? I mean, like
Yes.
in October, there was a lot of shots I was hitting that I would never consider hitting.
Yeah.
At the end of January, where I was just like trying to keep the ball low and slow, way more often.
See, there's a strength of mine. I like in October, I'm pretty much suck, and then when it comes to like right around May, I'm pretty much sucking. So it's pretty bad.
Well, and I think too, to that point, right? You've
Yep.
got the different speed control, right? Sports being adaptable, speed control, right?
Yep.
So the last week and a half when it was, sub-zero temps, you had to put full body weight into every ball.
Right, just to make it go over the net.
Now, if you blow on it too strong, it's going to go out.
Yeah,
It's a huge serve.
yeah, that's a big serve.
It's always
Rattlesnake.
interesting then to that point, you've got the national championships, end of
Big
the season playoffs, et cetera. You're playing in a different weather than you were for the last
Yeah.
7 months.
And it does make
You
a
know?
difference, Coach. You're absolutely right. Just make the adjustment. And some people, some players would much rather play in this temperature. By the way, a lot of people, and just for comfort level. But I'm talking about speed of ball, the way the ball will react. For sure.
It was wasn't it the Green Bay Packers back in the day that always used to say, like the NFC goes through Green Bay.
Yeah.
So like you're gonna have to play one game,
Right.
at minimum,
Right.
in the
where
soul,
it's
in the snow.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do those days go? Ooh. No, they're still around,
ask
actually.
Jordan Love.
Well, you know what? Hey, look at it this way. I'm a Chicago Bears fan, so what do I have to say? Absolutely nothing.
But I think, look, from the teaching perspective, right, and our groups that I was out there with today, the last couple of days, I've said at the beginning of the year, we said the goal
Good
is to hit
leave.
your,
Wow.
your drive
Good
and your
eye.
lob at the same speed, to be able to volley each ball at the same speed.
Yeah.
And this week is a test of that.
Right.
If you struggled with that before, it's going to be exponentially
Magnified.
harder now.
Yeah.
Good looking return. Again, he doesn't miss that on a regular basis. Puts more top on it, usually snaps that thing down.
A lot of top spin, very, very good spin control.
For sure.
Oh, he got the doink.
Wow.
Right off
Gotta
the
love it.
camera.
What happened to home court advantage
It'll
there, boys?
never recover.
I think we got 4-2, right?
4-2,
Yes,
I
sir.
believe.
That was a big win.
Yeah.
That game kind of stopped the bleeding a little bit. It seemed like they were not in a great headspace.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Now I think we're going to
Super
play the
first
critical
volley.
7th game.
Gabe Korak.
Oh,
that did
got
come
it.
up for
He got
Eric.
it.
Maybe.
Off the bottom
Oh,
beam.
big.
And then that rocket.
Oh.
See, and I've always been, I don't know about you, Matt and Sean, but I've always been an advocate of lefties playing the ad side, and that's exactly right. Because
Yes,
watch this
exactly
overhead.
right.
That's just a
Kaboom.
regular
Smack.
run-of-the-mill overhead that he took to
Yeah.
Pound Town.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. I
That
do
didn't
think
come up
that,
for air either. There we go. That's a little more like Mr. Brad right there.
I do. I mean, it
forehand.
depends obviously on the setup that you're looking for, but it just always feels like such an advantage to put if the righty lefty combo, assuming that the forehands are sort of the balls they like to strike.
Yes.
It's just it takes so long to win a match in the middle of the court.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bottom line, right?
Yes.
So if every time you think you're playing offense from the net, you're also
caught.
passing it through their offense at the baseline, it just changes the whole dynamic. And if you're like, I got to hit it to a safe spot, like how many points are you really going to win off the center screen by hitting a reset overhead?
Well, I'll tell you, and again, the Salazar, Regalado, right? Those guys are proving it at the
Amazing.
national top
Yep.
level, right? They're willing
Right.
to hit 8 million balls
Right.
down the middle, which is infuriating.
Yes.
Yeah, that mental side of the game can be a nightmare. You can have all the shots, but can you just keep the ball in play for 400 touches?
It's what's interesting is now all of a sudden I'm having this revelation.
No, I cannot.
You've got 2 clay court tennis players willing to hit 1 million balls. Shocking.
Yeah, I'm so surprised. Really, just roll it in at medium speed?
Today for your 2-hour practice, you're going to see if you can get to 1 million cross court forehands.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're
Right
going to
on.
use one ball.
You're not allowed to hit a winner. Okay.
Now do the same thing on a paddle court.
Yeah.
Check.
You got it.
This is way easier. It's way smaller.
So there was and of course I'm going to always tell you a tennis story because that's all I got, guys. I'll just go home later. That's all I got.
All right,
So,
4-3.
Deciding 7'th game right there. That was
That was
big.
a critical
Exactly.
7th game.
Sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
Not at all. Not at all. It's really not going to be that interesting. Watch. But Stefan Edberg and the great Stefan Edberg and the great Mats Wilander were at this tournament in Vermont, and they needed to warm up, so they went into the pro shop. Barely anybody was around, and they were like, "We need one ball," and they're kind of like, "Well, we can give you no, just want one."
Right.
And they went out and they hit cross-court cross-strokes for 45 minutes with one ball. And they came back in and they brought the ball back, by the way, according to the
same ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go. Thank you.
It was flat.
Exactly. It's like, so that's called talent right there.
My father always used to tell the story about the Australian Davis Cup team, right?
There we go. Oh,
Rod Laver and those guys back in the days.
unbelievable.
And they would do the Australian, what they call it, the 3-ball drill, right? So you and your partner had 3 balls.
Sure.
And so to your point, Sean, they would rally and play, and the first team to run out of balls lost.
wow.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Wow. We got some great fans here.
Yep.
Of course, they're not really watching the same match we are, but that's not the point.
Different match, yeah. I think there's-
Enthusiasm is enthusiasm.
I think
That's
there's what, 3
what a
matches
shot.
going on here tonight?
Looks
Yep.
that way, yeah. Absolutely. Oh, the other two are on ESPN Ocho, I think. I don't know if we got
The Ocho.
the Nuevo.
Good little flick. Here he comes,
Beauty.
activating a little bit.
Yeah, he is
Yes.
starting to feel
You
it
see
more.
that? He's starting to get his feet moving.
Keeping that low.
Take a little bit more
Heating it
over
up
the
a little
court.
bit,
Mr. Low Guy.
which is a problem. Yeah.
He's got such a quick release on that forehand. You can't tell if he's going to hit it flat or if he's going to roll it and snap it.
Volley.
Everybody look how calm Brad is when he volleys.
Yeah, but he's still. But I noticed the shift though. Most people will maybe not notice that, but he's always moving.
Yes.
Even if it's just slightly, he's always going to shift.
It does make it easier with the neon yellow shoes to see his feet moving. but
Yes.
Yeah, but he looks faster.
It's true. It's like black shoes.
Yep.
Well, I remember talking to a league player that was trying to tell me that those should be illegal because of the color of the ball. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, but when will the ball be juxtaposed to the shoe ever during a match? Ever? I'm not sure when.
I miss the days of running and watching your feet run because you think you're fast.
Yeah.
You know, like kids, like a 6-year-old boy.
Yeah.
You're like, God, my feet are moving fast.
Or when you get new shoes and you're like, I'm quick. I'm quick.
See, when you're my age, you
PF
remember
Flyers.
the $6 Million Man, which maybe you guys
British
don't even.
Knights.
You guys are too young to remember the $6 Million Man.
Reebok
Steve
pumps.
Austin, but
We're
that's
just
where
gonna
the.
keep going.
That's
No,
where,
I know. I mean,
Do you,
I remember
Coach?
the $6 Million Man.
That's
yeah.
where the sound. That's where it comes from. No. Yeah, that's what it comes from. Is Steve Austin.
Yeah.
thought
It was a
Chevy-
weird time. The Bionic Woman won an Emmy.
Yeah, I know.
How did that happen?
I know. Lee Majors gets nothing.
Yeah.
What's that? They put him in ski movies. That's all they do.
Ridiculous.
He does the Fall Guy. He still doesn't get anything.
Oh, he wants that
Skier.
return back.
Yeah.
That was
one
the
kicked
first.
out way high.
I was gonna say that was the first serve that Eric hit that didn't really hang in tight to the screen.
Yeah, he's losing it. I'm kidding. The guy's freaking amazing.
Yep, he's
No, he misses one ball up there. It's over.
Yep.
That's a good overhead.
Beginning.
Nice.
Great
That's
touch.
beautiful touch.
Well, and I want to look at the pattern that
Mr.
Brad played
Smith
there, right?
goes to Washington.
He went from outside in to get the guy to move off of the corner to set up that drive, or to take away his drive.
He's more like Mr. Smith from Mr. and Mrs. Smith, maybe more like that. Lethal. Anyway.
Brad kills people. Professionally.
Oh, you get
Being
paid
a
for it.
rackets pro would be the worst cover for also being an assassin.
I know
it's just,
you.
I mean, it'd just be terrible. Everybody knows who you are. They're all like sort of into your business. In
Wait a
weird
minute.
way.
I know you. Didn't you give me a live ball drill last night?
Yeah.
What's the guy who's real popular right now from Maverick? Glenn
Powell, maybe?
Yeah, yes. Did you see the movie where he's the assassin?
Nice.
No, I
So-
didn't. It looked good.
So bad.
Is it bad?
But so good.
Wow.
Just super schlock.
Yes.
It looked like he was like the guy who worked the front desk that gets put in the action. Is that the deal, basically?
Like nobody suspects him to be the serial killer
Right.
or
He's-
the assassin.
He's too inept.
Yeah.
See, there should be an Emmy for schlock, I think.
I think so, too.
You know what I mean? Oh.
That's a bummer. That's a
Deuce game.
opportunity
Doesn't
back
miss
to
very
deuce.
often. He hasn't missed many serves, I'll tell you. Good
Yeah.
looking.
No, I'm a big fan of there was a Bill Murray movie called The Man Who Knew Too Little.
Oh.
And it's like he's an accidental agent. Like everybody thinks that he is, but it's all just total happenstance, and he's just a dork. He just gets lucky through the whole film.
That's pretty much the story of my life right there.
And again, I'd like to strongly encourage
Little
everyone to text in because I love the responses. Sean, a booby prize, sorry, a party favor for Lee Majors was he got Farrah Fawcett. So
That's a good point. You know what? Great. You know, that's
it's not like he lost
absolutely-
completely.
No, I would say not. You're absolutely right. If there was a babe from the 80s that was, if it was top 5, she definitely was, if not top 3, top 2. Yeah, for sure. Good point.
I thought she was insane. Was she not clinically insane?
I thought she was pretty cool, actually, but I don't know. She
I
died
mean, I think
way
the trick
too young.
is, they say you want it as close That's a fine line, right?
It's just
That's a good point there, Coach.
sort of an incremental shift.
Okay, well, see, I would swear Common's doing this on purpose. Let's get to
He
an
just
ad,
likes he
and
just
then,
likes being on the live stream.
Yeah.
You know,
which, you know, who doesn't?
His dad's watching.
Then he's gonna hit bat serve. Right. Craig is rooting him on.
Yeah. I like this. He's got a little Nick Sirianni. Did you ever notice that? Eric Common's got a little Nick Sirianni to him.
Yeah, you're right.
Just a little bit. Which is a good and bad. Let's face it, guys, in the Super Bowl.
He's got a good-looking beard.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. You know, I've been trying too hard. Again, you know what?
We'll stop talking about him.
I think it's a little commentator's jinx at the moment.
Is Joe Buck in here?
You know what the other thing is? And I'll say this just as a coach. When you're left-handed serving to the deuce side, and I'm just saying it, you turn your shoulders better. You close your stance better.
Yeah.
You actually can unload and uncoil a lot more easily from the deuce side you can as a lefty than you can from the ad side. So sometimes I think he's a little too open when he starts out. I'm just telling you, if he closes off a little bit more on the ad side, he'll make the serve. That's just my opinion.
One of the great tennis professional legends of all time always said you're supposed to teach righties to serve to the ad side and lefties serve to the deuce side first.
Yeah.
Because that's
By the way,
side
who
where their
was
body.
that? Because I'm trying to think of who mentioned that. I'm not saying Vic Braden.
No.
It's somebody better than. No offense. Oh.
Yes. He
guessed
didn't
away.
bail. He stayed.
Brad.
He stayed.
Yeah, with the defensive flick, he pretended like he was going to retreat and
All right.
held his ground.
I mean, there's no coaching allowed,
All right,
but if
this
I got
is a
out
big
there,
one.
he's going a little wider this time.
I like that. Oh, never mind.
I'm telling you.
Never mind.
He's got to close his stance. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's.
Shut up, Sean.
I think one of the. It's weird
Uh-oh.
because theoretically there's
Grip
no
change.
difference, but you get locked into the geometry of the court.
Yes.
Right.
It's
And then
visually,
sure.
it's visually different.
Right, but I mean theoretically
Coil.
you should be able to serve the ball 360 degrees, so just based on the way you line up your body. But there's something about using the court geometry that it throws people.
I also think that here, right, I mean, and again, let's just. He wanted it.
Going for a little extra.
He wanted it.
Wow.
You know, and to be fair, again, technically the ball does spin in the opposite direction on a paddle court than it does on a tennis court, right?
Yep.
So your targets change a little bit. So, you know, when Eric as a lefty serving to this ad side, it's not like his wide serve is going to cut way
True.
off
No.
the court
True.
like Johnny Mack used to do, right?
Yeah.
No, it
You know,
actually comes back. Yep.
You know, so his target has to change.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the one thing
it's a good serve.
that's one of the things anyway that I always warned tennis players when they first started picking up platform. Hey, realize that even if you hit a twist serve or a kick serve, what we call a twist kick,
Yeah,
it's not going to
move
behave.
the way it does on
Matter of fact, the
tennis court.
slice serve behaves pretty much the same way. It behaves the same way as a kick serve. So may as well just hit whatever you're comfortable with. Sit.
Sound like
It's
you got a good beam that hard off the beam there.
Yep.
This is
Can
not
they
what
tighten up the beams too?
They're reinforced.
Man, these guys.
depends on how many of
That's
the
a little wide.
That
Wow.
looked way wide.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Depends on how many of the 6'4", 275 guys hit it.
Right.
How many times do you need me to hit it?
I can hit it so many times.
Well, it's 275 and I hit it 10 times. At my weight, it'll just be 5. We'll be fine.
God,
Good.
Are you begging us to say you're skinny? Is that like you keep doing it? Like no, Sean.
First of all,
Nice, caught the nick.
we know that isn't the possibility.
All right, we
That's-
got a double set point.
And just for the meteorologists out there, it is technically 7 o'clock right now, and I'm not seeing any.
I don't see a single cloud in the sky. Granted, it's nighttime. So
There is no precipitation. Well, there's our
We got our
first
first
set.
set.
Going
No
to Birchwood
way.
6-3. We're going to be back after these messages from our sponsors on the CPTC live stream here with Paddle Night in Chicago. Stick around. We'll see you soon.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in Ortho Access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an Ortho Access immediate care clinic near you.
not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust. Different approach, better results.
Oh, man. Okay, set number 2. They started so quickly that we missed the first point, but somebody won it. Set number 2 here at the Birchwood Club, Series 2.
Yeah.
This is Court 2. I'm Matt McClure alongside Sean Albrecht and
Hi-yo.
Jason Love. Cal
Yeah.
Noble running the booth. This has been
No
an
way.
entertaining match so
Good
far
hustle.
because all 4
Yeah.
players believe in themselves.
When I say hustle, I don't even mean like old school
Charlie
disco
hustle.
thing. Yeah, we're talking Pete. Yeah, Petey. PR. It's like,
wow.
A second one.
Didn't know he had that.
Just in
Yep.
case you were wondering.
Jeez. Well,
Here
he's
it
gonna
is
find
again.
it.
I love it.
Look what he found in his bag.
Been swimming in raw sewage. I just love that. Go.
I did that once really early in a tournament.
He's
where-
there.
Ooh, nice
Unbelievable.
pick. Great recovery ball.
Korak with the speed. It's like Demonar out there with the. Come on, man.
Oh,
You know what?
that's the
He
one.
deserves to go for that. Of course, it was
Yeah,
above
no,
his
that's-
eyes.
that's
He didn't
his
miss
shot.
a single one
Exactly.
in the first set.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a good first set. A couple breaks. Couple breaks here
Yep.
and there, but
A couple of long games with
Yeah.
some really aggressive serving.
Slight point shaving, just a bit.
we won't say by who.
No, we don't get FanDuel. I love it. Inside out.
I was going to say the old. Remember Coach Rich Fiocchi? Coach Foch.
Of course.
He I don't know if he invented the
shot.
reverse overhead.
Yeah. Likes to hit his tennis serve like that, for sure.
Very talented. He had a win over Jim Courier.
Yeah.
Remember that?
When?
Exactly. He was like 8 years old.
I
but
think
that's how
they were
went.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim went
Was it
on to win
Wednesday?
what? 2 majors?
4, actually.
Oh.
Yep.
Sorry,
A
I
couple
was
of
wrong.
Australians and a couple of Frenches. if
He
I'm not
played in the
mistaken.
Olympics too.
Aye, that's a
least.
good one. I don't know.
Had to have, right?
I don't-
can't
that's a great
remember.
question. Hold on, we can. I'm sure somebody's gonna. Even if I give you
I feel like
an answer.
I feel like I heard a story about Jim Courier going to like train with some strength and fitness coaches like at the Olympic Training Center.
Oh yeah,
And he
that,
was like,
that
"How'd I
do
do?"
remember. Yeah,
And they were like,
We've never
well,
seen,
You're kind of off the charts for our basic testing."
exactly.
Which is kind of scary because you're a tennis player.
Yeah.
You're not doing any of
He
the
was-
sports that were. I mean, he was just
He was
such a
jacked.
gym rat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
jacked.
Yep. He was the one running with a parachute on his back.
Right.
He would, yeah. And if he did it like a 4-set match, he would go out for a run afterwards because he didn't feel like he got enough of a workout.
And wasn't he the guy too, like at Bolletary, that like Agassi would be like, "Hey, stop doing that.
Yeah.
You're making the rest of us look
Yeah,
bad."
that's right. Like, hey,
It was
like,
him and Sampras and
you know,
Chang and
you don't
for
have
sure.
to sprint every time.
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
you're gonna win. We'll let you win.
we get it.
Just because you know the answer to every question doesn't mean you should raise your hand.
Oh, just
Little
missed it. Again, nice camera angle from Cal Noble there.
Hoping to see
Cal
some adjustments
angle.
from Brad and Eric here. What would you like to see him do maybe a little different besides make that return?
I want him to hit that a little higher.
See, that looked like point shaving to me. I'm just saying, because he doesn't miss like that. Am I saying it? No.
Sometimes you just got to hit
All right.
one hard to hit
Smacked
the
it.
reset button.
Get
Yeah,
him
I
out.
mean, it could be as simple as taking a little bit off of
Yeah,
their
going maybe
returns.
a little less
and-
aggressive. Maybe on the return. I don't know, and then maybe a little more spin on the serve, grip change maybe.
I think you know, Korak and Fisher, they're the counterpuncher team, right? So
Yep.
Eric and Brad are kind of playing right into their hands by going for more
Yeah.
trying to spin some overheads, hit some drives. Whereas they're totally content sitting back there and taking what they get.
Agreed. By the way, Courier 4 majors, 2
Thank you.
Australian, 2 French.
Sorry.
2 French.
Yep. Might have been back to back.
They might have been. You're right.
There we go.
Well, that was wide.
Yeah,
I think so.
4 or 5 boards.
All right. There we go.
There it is.
Much more spin. The other thing is, it's not as though, even if they do give up the net there, it's not as though Korok and Fisher are just absolutely blasting the return where you can't get much of a first volley. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that aggressive a serve.
No, but I also think too. I think too that with this huge warm up in temperature, right?
Yes.
That serve is just coming up so high and hard. Now everything seems faster.
That's true.
Seems tougher to play.
Yeah. And if anything, I would say that when you ramp it up
Like
to the
that.
point where you're feeling like you're really
setting up for that better.
That worked, but it was also a little bit more measured, right? It wasn't quite
Yep.
the
Yeah.
the swing out of your shoes drive that.
But that didn't seem to be them anyway. That's.
No.
It's not their
And he
game.
set up really well for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Perfect
There it is.
footwork. Look at
God,
that.
he loves it.
Yeah. I think sometimes you forget though that, just the importance of changing speed.
Yes.
Right? And so Fisher and Korok might not be hitting every ball, with that level of pace, but as they transition out
in there,
in
he's
and
there.
out of the power and precision.
It was good. Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
No, he just thought he didn't think it was good.
Oh, let's
it
take
was
a look
in
at
there. It was in there. That hit.
Yeah.
And he hit it. Yeah.
It looked like it was.
Are they playing it again? They're playing it again anyway. They're redoing it anyway.
Is that
All right.
court audio? Is that we're picking up that court?
we're
or
picking up-
different
yeah,
court?
we are
Okay,
picking
just
up that
checking,
court.
just
If you want me to
checking.
clean it up, I can. I
No, I think we're fine.
Okay. I got some new techniques, I can accentuate the consonants. Stuff like that. Nice. And oh, by the way, cross-court lob
I'm
there.
sure you've got a bleep you could.
We
throw
do.
in
It's
as
wait a minute.
needed.
Hold up.
But it gets really annoying when it's like,
That's
the
true.
entire
No, it's not
time.
that. I'm trying to think of where it went.
It's up there.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, oh boy.
I like the chime actually.
There it is. Sorry. Right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You.
Just be ready.
Just
Exactly.
try it.
Oh, there's a seamer
Oh,
kind of,
yeah.
and he handles it. Home court advantage, ACA, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be here all year.
And especially this weekend, Birchwood Open.
That's right.
True.
Come on out, everybody. It's supposed to be actually real good temperature. Maybe a little bit of snow, I think. On
Rain tomorrow.
when I take it back, maybe not on Saturday. Let's check it out.
Apparently, there's a huge weather system coming through.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You should put your top up
that was
Hey,
my
if it's over 50, I'm taking the top down.
and leaving it.
Yep.
and loving it. Okay, so
Oh,
Saturday.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
That was a
Saturday's
good
gonna-
one.
That one's gonna move a
That-
lot.
He, like we talk about hitting that
Saturday
FYM
night's
with
hard.
some hate. That backhand
He does
cutter
that
had
with-
some
yeah, he
hate.
does that with the
Yes,
cutter
yes,
as well.
Yes.
Too far.
Yes. But anyway,
Deuce.
Saturday 36, and then Sunday back up to 51. So
Nice. Still supposed to rain.
I don't see
tomorrow?
anything on
I heard
on
it's a
either
dramatic.
day.
I
Just
heard it's a
tomorrow.
pretty dramatic weather system.
Just
coming.
tomorrow. Just tomorrow.
Dramatic.
Yes. Yeah. Shakespearean. Yes.
I hear that's
Oh God.
Another one.
Another one.
one.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
just.
He is good
Is this
at
what we were
that.
talking about earlier, where you don't want to really upset
Yeah.
Brad
No,
too
yeah.
much? Because
I've known Brad a long time.
he could decide at any moment that
Yep.
he's
Take
just like,
over
these
the-
points are over, and I kind of don't care what happens.
Yes.
And if he gets hot,
Is he
comes
trying?
up.
I think it was Girani Barnes who nicknamed him the Brattlesnake.
The Brattlesnake.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he can bite you at any time.
Yeah.
You know,
That is legendary.
especially when there's questionable calls.
good.
That's, ooh. Had to hit it. God, he hits that every
He
time.
does.
And another
one.
Ooh, nice hand.
He hangs in there so well.
Handles it. No pun intended. Just really cheesy. I don't know.
It's kind of like he just
My
takes a
grandpa
step
humor.
to give himself a little bit of extra reaction time
Yeah.
and then stops.
Wow, good ball.
Just gives you the option of hitting the cutter, maybe.
Well, I also like, if you notice, too, he turns sideways so that if it comes at him hard, he
Yeah.
can retreat and bail out.
Right.
I like that little waterfall ball.
Oh,
right?
yeah, smart.
Push him farther back.
Yep.
Don't let it play
Yep.
off the screen.
Yep, it was the right
All
time.
right, here's a
This would be
point to
huge.
hold.
This
It
would be a huge
It
hold.
would be, especially in view of the first set and the break, the
All right.
current break
Enrique.
of serve right there. That's a good serve.
Great serve. Good
And
move.
Nice move. He's there.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
walked it off, too.
He did. Yeah, he was done. The point over.
Oh, I love it.
yeah,
Mr.
and he
Smith.
anticipates
Look
it
at-
so
he was-
well.
Yeah, I guess he did give a little shoulder check just to make
Smith
sure
and Wesson.
he wasn't close. But,
That was beautiful.
yeah.
All right, 2-1.
That could be a huge momentum change here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, we're
Brad
back.
kind of flipped a switch in that game.
Yeah, back to on serve, back to being on serve here. Once again, if you've just joined us, we are at the Birchwood Club, lovely Birchwood Club, and fantabulous. I'm just going to use that as an adjective.
That's a real word.
Highland
Don't
Park.
look it up.
I've lived here, so I think I have a right. Maybe not. Highland Park, Illinois. I am Sean Albrecht. I am here with the venerable Matt McClure and the equally as venerable Jason Love.
Even more so, actually.
Come on.
I was trying to be fair, but that stay in.
No.
Okay. Wow. He smacked that thing. Anyway. All right, 5-all.
Okay.
Smack.
I think we picked up a spectator walking by.
You know,
His steak sandwich wasn't ready
yeah,
yet.
don't sweat it. It's part of the game. I think Brad,
Steak sandwich.
we used to joke,
It's in there.
you know,
Shot
like
from-
watching pro tennis.
Branded Fisher.
Like
with the
somebody would take
roller.
a set off
Beautiful
a
shot.
Nadal at the French Open, and you'd be like, "Don't do that. It's just going to make him mad." And like, that's kind of the same with
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
You know, like you
Oh no.
play a
Don't-
couple of tight games,
Don't shoot him.
and then
It'll
something like
just
that
make him
comes up.
angry.
It's like, no, that's just going to make him mad.
Yeah.
Don't-
He, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but he plays loose, right? He's
Yeah.
got a loose wrist. He's got a quick grip action.
going
So,
after that
so
again.
if he gets either up or down, that can get really scary.
Yeah.
one way
Yeah.
or the other.
Yeah. Yeah, I always like playing with him, but he's also one of those guys where at any moment you just have to keep your eyes open.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he also will occasionally, if he feels like he's starting to tighten up, he'll also haul off and hit one.
Yes.
To be trying to change up the rhythm.
Yes.
And so you can be in a super long, 60 shot rally, and all of a sudden this ball
Smack.
comes snapping at you
Yep.
that you just were like, that wasn't the pace we were playing.
Well, that's like a whole bang bang idea, right? Like, how do you warm up? Hitting bigger,
Yeah.
right? And then you can bring it back,
Right.
dial it down, as opposed to having to dial it back up.
Way easier to take it off than to randomly find energy.
Yeah.
Kinetic chain.
Oh yeah, that's a good
What
word.
touch? He got it.
Nice dig,
Eric's there.
Yes. Good cover from
Enrique.
Common. That's
Yeah.
in there. Another
That-
let.
That is true. You generally
He goes after it. He wanted that one.
It was there for the
Leaping.
hitting, but he wasn't really ready. Again, it was
Yeah,
somewhat
so-
reactionary.
Yeah. If he could take the preemptive step, and kind of set his hands before that ball shows up, he's all over it.
Well, and
Yeah.
to your point you made earlier, so what if he hits it down the middle, right? If you guess wrong
Right.
and he
Nothing
hits it
wrong
down the
with
middle,
that. Yep.
so what?
Right.
Oh, that hurts.
Out all day long.
The
Just-
cusp.
I say just go to the boat. I say, Brandon Fisher, we're just going to the casino with Brandon later. It's just a bunch of good lead courts, clean living.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
Such a great line. Oh, I'd like to see him come in with a forehand there and just
Eric.
stuff that right at him.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing like a good stuffing.
There it is.
You're a Thanksgiving fan, I see.
Yes.
Up. It stayed in. That stayed in.
What I dig.
Oh, nice.
Just long.
Yeah, Brad will measure that where sometimes he'll just put way less top on it and then sometimes just snap it. That's where that disguise comes from.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to read
again,
that.
they could be fighting their way into a big momentum change here.
Good, that's a good lob, a smart lob.
Put some mark on it.
Someone's playing the toy cymbals back there.
Yeah, we're hiring a percussionist for the weekend. Gonna do some.
What a
I was
lob.
gonna do some Tito Puente later, and we're gonna.
These are good lobs, Matt. You're right.
Yep,
Look at
the
them back.
siren there.
At least one step behind the service line.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, they're coming for me now. Good lob. An even better overhead there from Brandon Fisher. I love it.
Sneaky.
I love
Yeah.
it.
But see, that was set up by
That's
those
that
great
disguise,
lobs,
yes.
as you
Yeah.
were saying. They hit, what, 10, 12 lobs past the service line?
Yeah, I mean, that
Look at
overhead
that. Yeah, just count them
was the
backing
first
up.
one that they got to hit from inside the service line, and so they kind of felt like they were safe. And then
Yep. Just caught them
you
backing
take
up.
that
and-
one and you push a drive in there. That's not what anybody was looking for.
Well, they got what they wanted. Break there, 2-2.
Good
Wow.
catch.
He's getting.
He's got good hands.
I'm not even going to play that one. That's it. I've had it.
I don't need that one.
Any more lets, I'm just catching it.
Reverse.
Yeah.
Reverse. Brad, the master of Uno.
Who wins in Uno? Uno, you or
Reverse.
me?
Oh, not me. I don't think I've ever won a game of Uno in my life.
How's that possible?
I just think every game of Uno just ends with me being like, "Screw this game!" And
What
I'm
a
like
shot.
walking out of the room.
No
and my
way.
kids being like, "Why?"
Brandon Fisher, again, will be here the entire month, I think, from what I understand. Not even this week. I think they booked him for 4 straight weeks. That was a great shot.
Going Aussie.
Love going over his shoulder. And
This is
then,
the first time they've done this.
I think so, yeah. Which I
And it
like.
works.
Oh, and he gets a
Well-
little extra zip on the serve.
It's a lot easier if you
Serve
just
like
hit
that.
an ace.
Yeah, why not?
yeah, I don't just do that every time.
Yeah, come on, man.
Happy Gilmore. That's,
Well, I
that's
just
way
do-
easier
That's
than
way
putting.
easier. I should just try to
Just
do that
do
every
that.
time. Good idea, Happy.
It's all in the hips, guys. There it is. Look at him pirouetting.
Oh, good move.
Did
Yes.
it again.
Another great volley.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he kind of gets sideways on it, right? Again, so
Yep.
he could chase it down if it need be.
Great drive.
Let's get over it. I don't just died. Good lob. Retrieving. Wow.
Good combo there. They played a nice overhead pattern at
Yep.
that point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Fisher maybe pushing that one just a little bit, kind of feeling like trying to generate something.
I think
they
it might
were
be
off
30
the
all.
net.
I think you're right, Cal. I think yeah. I think they either
They-
that or
they
it's
seem to-
deuce.
they seem to be all on the
they're
same page.
Yeah, they're serving to the deuce side.
You know what the happiest animal on the planet is?
I think goldfish.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why?
they can't remember anything.
Their memory is like 2 minutes.
Hmm.
Ted Lasso.
It's great. That's a great, awesome show, by the
It's a
way.
great show. I've got that on a T-shirt.
Ted Lasso's
All right, here
It's
we
the
go.
only. It's the only good fish reference.
Beauty.
Really?
Yeah. What's another where you're referred to being a fish in any way that's a good thing?
That's a good question. I guess shark can never stop moving. He's not really a fish.
Well,
though.
we were just talking about splash before you got here.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's
Splatter or
something in
splash?
there. Splash.
Splatter. There's that movie Splatter with Tom Hanks
Also
and
with
Jack Daniels.
Daryl Hannah. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Well, I don't think I saw that
I
one.
had no idea.
All right, so Smith and Coppin.
3 straight games.
Yeah. I
think that is an official momentum shift.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, Jason.
Mr. Momentum has changed area codes.
Ooh.
He's got trailer out back and a condo in Pound Town, Cal. Don't forget about that. He bought it along with me. We got
It's a timeshare.
group rate. You know, my therapy.
Have
Go ahead.
Have you seen that VRBO commercial with now I'm drawing a blank. What's the football? Nick Saban.
Oh, love it. Absolutely.
He's like, you're
love
not
it.
allowed to take a shower over 5 minutes.
Yeah. This is not a spa. Yeah.
I don't think I saw that one.
He's so good.
I'll have
I'm
to
going to
check
tell
that
you, and while we watch, here we go, a little switch there. While we watch this, I'm going to say this because I'm the pretty much the oldest guy here by a long shot. Not necessarily just the fattest.
You are 3 months older than
Well,
me.
you know what? You can only get so fat in so many years. So it takes me 60 years to get to this
I think
level
you've
of
lost weight.
Chubalody.
I think you're dropping pounds.
Really, that's
Again,
nice of
he's
you.
really trying hard to get us to tell him he looks
No, I'm
good.
not. I swear to God, I'm
I
not.
don't know what
so
you're
good.
talking about.
I swear to God, I'm not.
You're a shadow of your former self.
Well, what I was going to say is ads on TV and on the radio were nowhere near as creative as they are now.
Oh, true.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. And some of the stuff is so clever.
Yeah, it was as basic as it gets.
Yeah.
I'm still in that spot where I love the show Mad Men, but I just like Don Draper does not deserve the accolades that he is getting for coming up with Lucky Strikes is toasted. That's your big move. They're toasted.
I love that they've taken like boring people, like we'll call like a Peyton Manning or a Nick Saban, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
they put them into comedy
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'm Peyton Manning.
It's
you know,
so
Peyton,
off.
Peyton.
Yeah, painted. That's.
It's just so off character that you're like,
oh,
yeah, that's gonna
good
work.
hands there from Eric. Wow. I shouldn't say Eric. That was Brandon. What am I saying? Just take the headset off, Sean. He's blowing it. Forget the fat stuff. He's just blowing it, period.
I think it's Chub Chub. The name of it.
Fat. Yeah,
Fat,
baby.
Got it.
We got to get that. I got to take everybody there. It's on me. We're going to Fat.
I love that place.
Look at that.
I've never been. I can't
More
wait.
lefty.
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
come on.
Oh,
Brad.
most people would lob
Shots.
that. Most people would lob it.
No, why?
Said
I
he's
think
going-
I'm just going to flip
He's going to
this.
go
I
with the
think it's just
one-hander.
all or nothing.
Just
I'm
gonna
going
flip this
to
for toss
one-handed
and one-hander,
backhand
right?
roller while my partner is
So
at
good.
the net.
running off the court.
Screening me for it. That was perfect. It's a great shot.
I like Eric's backhand.
Oh, it's for sure.
It's
I just
tight.
missed it.
It's got a
Yep.
good little short backswing.
Yep. All right, so,
Stop the bleeding. 3-3.
yep,
Tree.
Patrick Ewing from way back when.
You're not going Scottie Pippen.
You know, I love Scotty, but I mean, he's so controversial now. I'm trying to stay out of the.
How so?
No tip hip. Is that what we're talking about?
Well, there's that too, but he's just all sorts of ill will. Michael,
Oh,
without
the
me,
doink.
that was really nice.
I think he's just in a tough spot. I think it's
Yeah.
hard to be that good and be number two.
Yeah.
And he really
I'm sure
was.
there's lots of players that struggle with with that kind of thing.
Well, I can tell you from personal experience, trying to keep those short dreads
bet it happens
just so
more in
difficult to do. I'm just telling you. Sit. He's there.
Ball.
Oh, nice get there.
I was working with a group the other day and said the
Brandon.
biggest mistake you
fade
can
out.
make is take
Nice
a volley
cow.
cross court.
What are you going, Star
And
Wars?
that's a
No,
perfect
that's not Star
example.
Wars. Yes.
Yeah.
It just leads to an
Oh,
open
cool.
drive
Transition.
opportunity.
There was
Cal, I
Star
like
Wars
it.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, Cal. Way to be. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
that's
mean, within
vintage.
reason. It's probably not a bad idea to take it cross court when you're covering the alley, right? When you make that shift.
Oh yeah. Lefty.
Then cross court
Go
can't
wide.
be that bad.
Look at the
'cause it's
fade to
getting you out of trouble.
catch that one. That was nice.
You know what
too.
I mean? Like when
Yeah.
you get,
Emmy Award
like
winning.
somebody's going to drive off the screen down the line, and you like take that step over. Like that's, I mean, it's better than risking hitting a ball out.
Yeah, but I think to my point is that when it goes to the opposite side of the court, you then have to cover the
Oh, just
whole
the amount of
opposite
shifting
side.
you have to
Yes,
do? Yeah.
Yes. It's not
Who's
a
got
good
time
ratio.
for that? Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, I probably should because I need the exercise, but. All right. 4-3. Uh-oh.
Starting to rain. Is that like a
Just a little bit of a drizzle.
Thanks, Tom
light rain is a
Skilling.
1, heavier rain is a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they put the heaters on
What
yet?
number? What number are we at now? Are we at a 2? We're at a 2. Okay. We're at a 1. Got it.
Let's see what goes on here.
What kind of liquid precipitation are we talking about?
That wasn't redundant. I think it was fine.
You know what?
Look at that backhand
I
return.
was-
Oh,
Jeez, great volley.
yes.
I like his backhand return.
I do.
I think I just said that.
Yeah, as long as you can
Korok's
step
just-
into it like
I
that.
tell you what, Korak is just absolutely a wall. I mean, how did he pick that one up? That was not an easy.
Yeah, he
volley at
flexes
all.
off a lot of volleys
GK.
from
Unbelievable.
seemingly uncomfortable positions,
Oh, for
and then
sure.
all of a sudden, Andy's got pickleball
Yeah.
skills.
Does he?
He's,
I mean,
he's-
clearly.
Tell you what, he's quick. I mean, I don't know. I'm sensing lacrosse a little bit there. I don't know where you just moves kind of like a.
Oh.
I'm gonna say
Any
lacrosse.
other sports?
I'm just going lacrosse.
Well,
I think,
water polo.
I think when he was 9, he
and
played.
highlight. I'm getting the highlight vibe.
I think the biathlon. We'll go with the cross
Is that the
country.
one where you ski and shoot?
Exactly.
Or is that the
yeah.
decathlon? What's
Biathlon.
it's the biathlon?
Biathlon, you cross country ski and then you go to shoot. Yeah, that's my favorite. I like that one. I mean, I tell you what, there's no way I'd be in any kind of condition to shoot after I cross country skied for half a mile. There's no.
What was the James Bond movie? Remember where that guy he was in the cross country thing and then he was sniping the guy and he killed the guy in the middle of the race.
It was like
Remember
Diamonds
that?
Are Forever
Yeah.
or Living Daylights or something. No, Living Daylights.
It was an
It
old
wasn't
one.
to Timothy Dalton.
No, it was
definitely Roger Moore.
Roger
for
Moore.
sure.
Yeah.
It was Roger Moore, and the reason it was so entertaining is because Roger Moore was like 1,000, and there was no
Yeah,
shot that he
yeah,
was
that's
doing
true.
anything athletic. You know what I mean? Like,
But then he had to ski after the
but
guy.
then he was skiing after people, and they're shooting at each other.
I think it was For Your Eyes Only. That's what it was.
yeah.
I'm
Could
going
be.
to say that because I just remember.
Oh, the good
this-
counter drive back.
Oh,
You almost had it.
He almost did.
Gabe in a
Wow.
dig position. Yeah, a lot of the 80s Bond films blur together because there wasn't a lot of coherent,
Yeah.
You weren't like, yeah, this is a plot that I can get behind.
Well, and they came out one every year for 20 straight years.
Maybe. That's probably part of it. I mean, I feel like part of it was the, as the scripts got weird in the 80s and they started, going into space and shooting lasers, you were like, okay, well, I can handle a little bit of this, but this is clearly based on the success of Star Wars.
Well, you keep bringing Jaws back. I mean, geez. He's
Yeah.
going to be in space, then he's underwater attacking a shark.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, Moonraker is an abomination, and I will go ahead and shout that from any mountaintop you want.
That was Timothy
I
Dalton,
can't even
wasn't
look
it?
at it.
No,
Orchid
Moonraker
anymore.
was also Roger
A
Moore.
little wide there from Brad. Again, uncharacteristic. He doesn't usually miss a serve, period, let alone a serve at that point.
Let's not bring Paddle into my James Bond rant, okay? I'm rolling. I've gotten going, and now
I'm sorry, everybody.
now we're going to go through
Do they
the
s-
45 films
Do
that
they
I've
s-
watched the most.
Oh.
Do they
That was
still
a
call?
great flick.
Do they still do the 13 Days of Bond on TV?
Yeah, they do.
Love that.
Yeah, that was much to my family's chagrin. Like it would start on Thanksgiving, and me and my cousins would be like, James Bond Marathon! And they'd be like, that's not very
Oh, he
Christmas.
couldn't get out of the way. Well, smart play, by the way.
Yeah, good blitz.
Almost want to go into a Sean Connery accent for them.
Doink.
I think you got the point. Up. Yeah, baby. Sorry. Oh, did that hit him again?
No, I think he got out of the way.
I-
I think
yeah.
Cal got a
I
little
think he just
replay? I
left
don't know.
it higher.
I think he was
No?
apologizing
Just
for the
saying sorry
play
for
for
hitting
being
high.
yeah.
All right, gotcha. Well, at least it stayed real civil out there because it was nice touch. God, Brad, that's amazing. In there,
That
it's
was
a lot of
great
top.
wind-up.
Yeah,
Oh, almost.
unreal. Brandon Fisher just coming up at the top, maybe almost two in a row.
All right, this could be big here if they could go up 5-4.
Huge. Yes.
Although we have kind of neutralized the momentum swings. It doesn't quite feel as
Yeah, but
one-sided as that
if you got to
series of
serve,
games.
if you got to serve to stay in it at 4-5.
It's tough.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you do have a first set under your belt.
Yeah, I agree. I just mean these last few games.
No, you're right.
Once they were at 3-3, it just kind of felt like they were trading points more often.
You know what I
Little
love
less
is it's not just
domination.
our local viewers; it's our national viewers
Uh-oh.
that get involved in a match.
Really?
Big thanks. Damien did the little legwork on this match. So these guys have actually played. They played in the first match of the season.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and it went 3 sets.
I'm shocked.
Wow.
And here we are now at 5-4 in the second.
This is what I mean. It's like the, what do they call it? They used to call it the Masters, where you had, McEnroe, Courier, and, I don't know, Mark Philippoussis.
Mark Philippoussis.
I'm just
I
throwing
would
a
not
name out
put him
there.
in that group, but
But
sure.
he plays that.
I mean, he was
I'm
with
just saying.
that He was at that time frame.
Everybody seems to go 3 sets is the point I'm trying to make. You know, hey, let's go 3 sets. And then they play the tiebreaker for real. It seems that way. All right. All right, well, they're going to get their chance here, Korak and Fisher, to serve at 4-5 down, but having won the first set.
Even it out.
Once again, if you just joined us, we are at the lovely Birchwood Club in the amazing, oh, no, I was going to say, forget it. No, forget it. The amazing bucolic
You decided
metropolis that is Highland Park. And I mean that sincerely. I really like this area. Of course, I would say that I used to live here.
Metropolis.
Is Highland Park the town here on the North Shore, guys? And we're all local. But does Highland Park have more clubs than any other town?
You know, they
in the
say
North
it's
Shore?
more country clubs. I think you're right. Yeah.
I think that's true.
Per square mile, yeah.
And it might actually be just because of its sheer size.
It is
Because
big.
by
It is big, yeah.
comparison to the other, I mean, what's Glencoe, a village?
Yeah.
Golf.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, you got.
We didn't mean that as derogatorily as
You
we said
got
it.
some spots that. Well, I
What
mean,
are you-
they're just
what are you,
like,
a village?
Yeah. I mean, just in,
It takes a village.
if we're just talking square footage, they're
Look at
definitely
that.
not going to have as many clubs.
No,
True.
it's true. No, you're right. Highland Park's a lot bigger than most
You
people
got
think.
Exmoor across the street, right?
Uh huh.
Yep, Northmore.
More, what, a mile away?
Yep.
Look at this. Get down. No, a little wide. Highland Park Country Club.
Right across the street.
Sunset Valley,
Yep.
technically golf club, and then let's not
Ravinia
forget
Green?
Bobolink.
Is Ravinia Green Highland Park?
I
don't
think that's
know.
Deerfield. No, that's Deerfield. But I'm thinking Bobolink's technically Highland Park too, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm missing one. Lakeshore. Very
No,
good.
Lakeshore.
Well, technically, aren't they
Yeah,
Glencoe?
They're Glencoe,
Lakeshore
yeah.
is
But they're
Glencoe.
close. They are close, yeah.
Yep. But that's a lot. That's a lot
It's
of
a
clubs.
lot of clubs
Yeah.
under one zip code.
And by the way, we're not even thinking about indoor clubs because Deer Creek is in Highland Park.
Yep.
Pardon. Birchwood. Hey, we're here. This is a club. Let's face
I
it.
figured that was assumed.
Okay,
you know.
sorry. You know that would be just like me.
Well, let's count
Point
it
out
anyway.
the obvious. Sean, great job.
Just throw it on the list. Just please add it.
I get the low-hanging fruit every week.
Who put this fireplace
Oh,
here?
that had some serious
Nice.
spin on it.
It did.
And now we're going to get a little more
Yeah,
weather.
It's going to get,
Seems that way.
all of a sudden, those beers got
That's
a
a
lot
great
farther
serve.
away.
Nice return, too. Yeah, you know what? Common's heating up a little bit on that forehand side, setting up a little bit better, timing it a little bit better. He's getting the pitch he wants.
They've just kind of tightened it up besides the momentum change, right? They're just missing less fewer returns.
And to
I
your
mean,
point,
both
Coach,
teams,
going
honestly.
for maybe a little less. That was nice.
Good ball.
Good hands.
Yeah.
Look at Brad's in there and like a search and destroy.
Oh. Little longy.
5-5.
All right.
All right,
Yeah.
fry ball.
Sammy Hagar. I don't know. I'm trying to think. What was the other one, the pitcher I always bring up and nobody would ever remember? He's a Los Angeles Dodger. Oral Hershiser is his name. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Oral Hershiser, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Yeah, double nickels.
Lance Briggs.
Where was he
Yeah.
from?
Oral?
L.A. Dodgers. I don't know where he's from originally. Oral Hershiser.
I mean, you gotta,
Oklahoma? I don't know.
you just gotta respect somebody's first name being Oral.
Yeah, with an EL, but you know, it's for your.
Still,
An
Yeah.
American guy, too.
I just want
right?
to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm just kind of like, what? Is it a family name or a misspelling on a birth
I know.
certificate? And
I know.
just too embarrassed
Oh, yeah.
to snuked it.
He's there.
Oh,
Whoa.
unlucky.
And
I tell
it
you what,
catches the
Fisher
corner.
not only reacts perfectly, but look at the speed or lack thereof. Look at that. He closes it down and,
and
just
then
kind
it
of sits
hits
there.
the nick and shoots
That might have
out.
come over the net.
Did it?
That
It
would
could
look
have.
like it would have been close to
Wow.
coming over.
Well, good sportsmanship, not even questioning it.
No. I'm saying
Oh, I
Brad's
see what you mean.
FYM might have come back over the net.
If you just let it go.
Yeah.
It's a great shot.
Yeah.
Redrive as well.
Heaters are definitely working. My favorite question, are these heaters on?
Doesn't matter.
It's amazing. It's amazing how quickly you've become frozen to those questions, Matt.
I'm immune. It's impossible.
Well, you get too much smoke
You're like,
out there.
sure, check the timer.
Too much mist out there, and it looks like a Slipknot concert.
What's
You're
really impressive is that.
beautiful.
boy,
Look at
that's
the
gonna be tricky.
Nice dig. Trying not to go over the
He
net.
didn't. He was good body
Did
control.
he go lefty
He
again?
did go lefty again.
Yep.
He's done
Tell you
that a
what.
couple times.
Athlete.
Do that.
Good lob. It's
I
nicely
mean,
done.
that's a near world-class athlete.
Great
He's there. What a
volley.
shot. Lefty
Look at that
magic.
move.
Magic with a J. I know. What?
Irvin.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love Brett staying in there.
he almost got him.
He got it. Did he get that or
Touched
did it
him.
hit him?
I think it hit him.
Yeah,
I think it hit him.
Gabe's that guy, man. He'll always be honest about it. He's a good dude. Yeah, that kind of hit him. Nice.
I think that's one of Brad's best shots is when he poaches across and takes that volley.
Yeah, I think so too. It is
The disruptor.
yeah, it definitely changes the rhythm of the point so quickly. Sometimes he doesn't even hit it that hard. It's just that you aren't expecting
Yes.
him to cut it off,
Yes.
and then
He's got very strong hands, so again, his soft is still coming fast.
True.
And again, your reaction speed is this.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. But if it's just not something you're looking for, and then all of a sudden he makes that move, it's tough to change it up.
Yeah, he's pretty much fearless up there. Now it's with the mist in the air over the court. It looks like a Wiz Khalifa concert right now.
Right up top.
All right. I'd say either Wiz Khalifa or Fish. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know,
it seems to be raining pretty hard.
is it?
Yeah, it
well,
is
we're
coming
starting to
down
see
at the
the
moment.
court's starting to look it's got a little more reflexive now, so that kind of makes sense.
Well, and all the other matches but this one have stopped.
These guys just don't want
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm curious if they're just like, we're just going to finish out this set and then,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
then bag
and
it.
then call it, because this is not the current
wanna
weather
bag it,
conditions that people are excited about.
That's right, no diggity. Oh, I love the move.
Good move, though.
I'm loving the moving.
And this is where I think Brad's experience, right, playing in the weather and the elements is gonna be a huge benefit.
It will be a definite problem.
It's a great shot.
Oh, that's
Did
their
he miss
second
that?
one.
That was a great move, too. Super return from Smith, by the way, again. Just FYI, so here we go.
That one just skidded right off the deck.
Wow. All right. Tiebreaker.
No, I think
No?
I think
I thought that would be tiebreaker. No?
point to hold here.
Point
I think
to hold.
40-30.
Really?
All right.
Okay.
That's how much faith I have
Back
in
to
Cal's
deuce, I think.
scorekeeping.
Yeah.
Let that be a lesson to you, Cal.
You can
Every-
you can hear the hut.
Yeah, they're
satellite
loving
hut
it.
is
As it
filling
gets
up.
full,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
as
loving it.
everybody
And
comes
who
in
doesn't?
from the rain.
Yeah, it starts to look like a Gene Kelly movie. We're going to be loving it.
This is also not a situation in which you want to
No.
play Brad, because he
No.
can put spin on every
Yes.
ball to the
Yeah.
point
Yes.
where, you know,
Nasty.
not everybody has that. I mean, you can see Gabe still putting in a pretty traditional serve here,
Nasty.
and even then it causes a problem.
Oh, boy.
All right. So I
Let's
think
see what they're
that's,
gonna do.
I think that's second
That is
set,
second
right,
set,
Cal?
so-
Taking it 7-5 for Smith Kopman.
Yes.
Anybody got a Brelly?
Yeah.
Brawley, yeah.
So I guess we will, in standard operating procedure, we're going to hear from our sponsors, and we'll try to get some information as to what's going to happen with the match.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an ortho access immediate care clinic near you.
At Volley, we build tools to unlock your potential. The new Volley PTI feature breaks down your game like never before. Ever wondered, which partner has impacted my PTI the most? What's our win percentage as the favorite or underdog? Do I perform differently in 2 or 3 set matches? Now, it's all at your fingertips. The PTI tool is free to everyone. Download the Volley app today and level up your game. We'll see you on the court.
Okay. It's Gorillas in the Mist out here on
What'd you call me?
a beautiful Thursday night. So it's a little iffy. The rain isn't coming down quite as hard as it was towards the end of that second set, but you can also tell that the courts are also pretty wet. We sent Jason up to the main hut to talk to those guys to see what their plans might be if they're going to try to finish out the match.
Well, he's the only one that can look at somebody as he's talking to them. I have to look it down at the ground.
That's true. Yeah. So he'll check and come back, and we'll just keep you entertained and listen to these sweet grooves.
I'm telling you, it looks like a
In the meantime,
a Grateful Dead concert actually. Just saying. If you just joined us,
Yeah.
we are here at the Birchwood Club, back at the Birchwood Club, here in lovely historic Highland Park, Illinois. And we have the Birchwood Open going on this weekend. If anybody wants to check it out, any of you paddle junkies like me, man, you want to check some of these things out.
Yeah.
We'll keep some of the.
feel free to come out Saturday afternoon. Matches going on the live stream at least.
Yep.
For all day Saturday, and then Sunday morning I think is slated to be finals.
Yep.
But usually I think the Saturday night hut atmosphere is pretty
Cool. Oh yeah.
It's
Especially if
usually,
it's good weather. They
Yeah,
get a good turnout. They get a good turnout here last year.
good
I'd say.
weather. Yeah, there's food around. People are hanging out, watching a whole bunch of awesome paddle.
Yeah,
So-
it promises to be some pretty good weather too, especially on what was it, Sunday?
Well, you ruined it, Sean. There you go. You said it.
I'm
and,
sorry.
Now
Look what I
a
done.
tornado, you say?
Obviously not part of the marketing team now. Never will be.
I
don't think I have a
I don't know. Maybe
shot at.
on contract.
I'm just playing a whole bunch of music here.
That's fine.
I should just keep playing Big Fuzz's stuff because it's just so much better than anything I get. Hold on.
What are your odds here as to whether they continue the match or not? What do you think?
Great question.
What
We
are
got a
your thoughts?
FanDuel. I like Cal's already going for.
Cal thinks they're
0.
not going to
Yeah,
continue.
I could do it. Is it?
The rain
Okay.
is supposed to get worse and last longer. Yeah.
We should take a look at
it
that.
might not happen for us tonight. And I always get a little weird about this as well, but I could see Brad as a teaching pro maybe being in a situation where he was like,
I don't want.
I don't think it's a good idea if we continue to run around in the rain. But you never know.
All right, I'm looking at the radar, and it is kind of threatening. I mean, it's
kinda
just a
threatening.
wave. It's a wave, of different. Let's see. We're not. Well, we're just in a bad section here.
That happens. It's not a big deal. You know who we have in the hut at the moment is a young Mitch Granger,
Wow.
who, were you supposed to
Mitchell.
play the next match, Mitchell?
Apparently so.
You were. So you're on the Knollwood roster, correct?
Knollwood.
No, we're not doing that.
And so you would have been playing, the Court 1 match? You and who?
It would have been Johnny Noble and I
Yeah.
Wow.
against home favorite Adam Morgan
And
and
Will Colmar.
everyone's favorite Will Colmar.
Rusty
Colmar.
Seams.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would be a good
And,
match, too.
We could have a lot of fun with the rain and Rusty Seams.
You could. Yeah. Someone could also
And we're very
die.
close to Highland Park Hospital.
Yeah,
Shout out to
that-
Highland
which is
Park
a
Hospital.
That's a big key. There's
Yeah.
actually an ambulance in the parking lot on standby.
How are
I
you
was
guys
wondering
doing?
why. I'm doing great. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
we've been having a good night, good paddle, a little split here, which we're debating as to whether or not it will actually continue. What do you think? Pretty dicey.
Radar doesn't look good. Like you mentioned when I was walking in, these are, teaching pros who are putting their body on the line. Maybe not the best recipe.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Now, how are you doing? Have you feel like you have recovered mostly? Because you pulled a hammy in the Legends match, last week?
Yes, hammy's still tight. Everything's tight.
But you were going to make it happen.
But the
anyway.
good news is it's not 0 degrees out.
Oh, okay. That's also true. Yeah. A little easier to warm up. Unless it's soaked and you're sliding all over the place.
Wow.
This will be like a clay court match tonight, which is not good for a hammy.
Yeah, you could make that happen.
So what do we do now? We just do stand-up comedy for the next 30 minutes?
Pretty much. I was going to say, when we talk about ham, I'm pretty much the fatty meat over here.
You're a ham connoisseur.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm not. I think the flab allows me for a little more flexibility, I think, is what happens. I don't think I'm as tight. Of course, I'm really not reaching for things. I'm usually going nice shot. I'm not really trying to
I think ham is my least favorite cut of pork. Like, of all the available pork that's out there, just ham.
All of your pork needs.
I mean, ham is fine. It's great.
Yes.
It's on a sub. But for the most part, I mean, there's all the other parts of the pig I'm much more excited about.
It is exciting. All parts of the pigs are exciting to me, but...
What about ham? What about bacon? What about pork chops? Oh, sure,
Anything
Lisa,
really.
like there's some magical animal that all good meats come from.
Just first of all, the impressions that come out of Coach McClure, because that was an inadvertent Homer Simpson, and it was spectacular.
It was just,
I found it spectacular.
stream of
I thought
consciousness.
it was. Anyway, so Mitch, so you got a match this weekend. You're playing this weekend, obviously, Mitch.
Yeah, playing this weekend with Monik Travinsky.
Mike,
First
wow.
time.
The Roger
We're,
Federer of the area.
Yes, he is smooth.
Monik, Roger, yeah. Nice one-handed backhand. We were just talking about that. So cool. When's your first match?
Saturday morning. I think the draws. I was looking at the draws. I don't think they had come out yet. Last I looked.
No.
they're not out yet because
okay.
they asked us to help recruit another team or two because somebody had pulled out and they were trying to see if they could even it out. Hence the shameless plug for the Birchwood Open right now to our players in the Chicagoland area. If you got nothing going on this weekend, grab a paddle, email
and even
Adam
if you do
Morgan,
have something
and get
going
the
on,
crap kicked out of you.
cancel it and get your keister over there.
Yeah.
Who says keister anymore? Nobody? I mean, come on.
What? Your kid's got a soccer game? No one cares. They're not going to remember. Come on out and get your butt kicked by Mitch Granger and Monik
That's a nice
Travinsky.
soccer pun, actually, with the butt kicking.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Yeah.
You are so clever.
You got to warm up.
That's the idea. I hate warming up, by the way. I'm not a big warm-up fan. Oh, we're going food now. I'm noticing people bringing in...
I don't think they'll be bringing in ham. If I
no,
had to
but
guess.
that looks like something. Some part of the pig, though.
I think they're nearly
is
out
what
of
I'm
ham.
thinking. How's your year been going, by the way, Mitch? Good?
Depends on
What you call good?
what you're gauging is good. I'm
Up to your standards,
relatively
maybe it's
healthy
not.
and
Okay.
happy. And
All right, well, that's the important thing.
wish I was a little bit more active in the tournament scene, but so is life, and
Exactly.
all good things
That's
outside of the court going on
No,
for
you
me
know
right
what?
now.
You get to, it's even better. I mean, to me, paddle's a bonus.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to. By the way, you're putting up with all sorts of music. I'm just throwing as much out there as possible. We could probably, as soon as this... Cal, you know what? If you had something recorded, maybe we'd throw it up there. We just want to keep most of the lyrics out of it, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to keep it...
Cal, we should really be more prepared for moments like this where there might be a weather delay. We could just get a little live show
going
in there.
Yeah.
You know?
We'll skip the bridge. Skip the bridge in here. For sure.
We can't afford it.
They are getting expensive. That's my kid's fault, by the way, is part of the whole problem. All right, we'll see if we can get this out of there. I'm trying to think of... we've got... are you in the married mix, by the way, Mitch? Was I going to ask you that?
When is the married mix?
Typically April.
Yeah.
We'll see. You know, Spencer, Spencer and
know,
I haven't played much mixed together.
You guys will be a tough
married
team,
mixed,
man.
states or whatever. Not the... I don't remember when the nationals
The
is.
few times we've played, we've enjoyed it, we've loved it, but haven't made it a priority yet. And
I understand.
We'll see if
And
we
why
do.
start now?
What's that?
And why start now? why make it a priority now?
Yeah, no, you two be amazing. Actually, just to extol the virtues, paddle-wise, for your wife. Your wife's one of the more talented players, we forget female players, I've seen play, and I always felt like if she just, one day, it's like she's going to rip the cover off somebody, just beat the crap out of people. She's tough, but you two, oh my God, I would not want to be on the, no, I don't want to. I don't want to be on the court with Spencer, period, but forget it. You and Spencer? No, forget it. That's okay. I'll take the week
Speaking
off.
of married mix, obviously, I'm sure the Morgans have been spoken about
Yeah.
already on this live cast, but would be tough team for us if we ever did play. And
Be a tough team for everybody.
I think the one that we live streamed the Illinois married mixed. I
Okay.
don't think we've done the national.
yeah, Gabe and his wife as well. Another really strong married mixed team here in the area.
Oh, yeah. And then, wait, if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
The McNerney's.
McNerney's played.
That's
They
right. They won
last
it
year.
last year.
Yeah. Shocking. That was a shocking one.
So catch me up to speed. Obviously, I walked in a little bit late to the match here. If we do go to a third set, did we have any big takeaways?
Great question, I think. Go ahead, Coach.
I think the momentum had shifted towards Smith-Kottman a little bit in the second set. They definitely were a little irritated at the end of the first, and so then they kind of came out swinging in the second, even though they drew it back to even. I think they tightened up their returns a little bit, and way less faults in the second set, which I think probably, at least statistically, made a big difference.
Just to be fair, Brad got motivated.
That's also
I'm just
true,
saying,
yeah.
not that he was always going to be a factor anyway, but he just started
the
to turn it on.
Brattle snake kind of came out.
His forehand started snapping and stuff started going in. His cutters were working. And sometimes he also likes to stay in the mix where he does not back off if there is a transition. And he likes to kind of stay up there. And that was a little bit, I'm not saying Korak and Fisher couldn't handle it, but they just seemed to have a little bit of an issue with it because he literally stands there like he's not moving, period.
Yeah, he flipped the switch a little bit more in the second set. He also, I think he won a few more hand-to-hand combats in the second
Which he's
as well.
Customarily doing anyway, so it doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't. Let me see. I'm throwing, by the way, all this stuff I'm throwing at you is a good friend of mine's stuff. It's his name is Eric Taylor.
He's a producer.
Yep. I don't even know how long some of these songs are. I'm just throwing them up there because most of this stuff is
It's all good.
hip hop, and he produces a whole bunch of stuff, but this is mostly the mellow stuff.
We got the time.
Yeah.
I just heard from Jason. He said they're going to give it another minute or two to try to make a decision as to whether they try to go out
I don't blame
make
him.
the next set happen. No word yet. They're negotiating forfeits? Maybe. Okay.
I called dibs on Anna Morgan defaulting to me
Yes.
if we're going to negotiate.
Yeah, that's good. You should. I think you get full points for that as well.
Smoke almost looks like a plug-in cow, doesn't it? The mist. I don't know.
This looks like
it is raining harder. You're
Eric
right.
Taylor's next album cover is right here.
That is cool. Yeah. Yeah. Whether he likes to imbibe or not, I'm just saying he's a good friend of mine, so I feel like I can say that. Nice fade there, Cal. That kind of works out. I don't think I can get into the more aggressive stuff. I mean, we can try. I don't know, because I kind of what did I do? I previewed most of it, so and some of them are. There's one that's.
Well, as long as we're not getting any angry text messages.
No.
And to be perfectly honest, even if we were, that's fine too.
No. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. Actually, Cal, your last recording wouldn't be bad. What? Your last recording wouldn't be bad, dude, if we tried it. I'm not doing it, don't worry. Okay. Okay, you have to forgive me for this one, please. This is my favorite because it's basically like a Snoop Dogg thing.
What's your pre-tournament ritual, Mitch?
Yeah, it's a great question.
What's the typical Friday like for you as you prep?
Yeah, good question.
You got to work that hammy.
Might head over to Denny's here on 41. They've got moons over my hammy.
They do.
No, good question. This will be the first tournament with a baby in my life.
That's true.
So don't know
That's
what it looks
awesome.
like yet, but
That's awesome.
I think
Congratulations.
the
That's
difference
awesome.
is that you go into it tired instead of getting tired as it goes on.
I was chatting with Spencer. The good thing about lack of sleep and focus being elsewhere is you don't have too much time to overthink your matches
Correct. Yes.
and look at the draws and
The level
imagine
of
who you're
pressure
playing.
drops quickly
Exactly.
when you're like, it's not that big a deal.
Not
I'm going to
worry
show
about
up
it. Yep.
and I'll give it my best. I'll give it my best every point and see where the chips fall. And,
Right.
but Mitch of old would be hydrating all day, planning out his meals, looking at draws, looking at points and scenarios, and overthinking it. No longer, I think. I think those are days of old
That's
now.
awesome, though. I mean, I don't know. I think I already did that one. Whoops. Let's try this. Okay, that's.
Will you all be
I'm not even
out
sure
at the tournament this weekend?
We are. We will be.
Awesome.
We will be technically.
Yeah. There will be live streams of matches starting at I think 10:30 on Saturday morning, and then going all the way through Saturday night.
Will
and
you
then
all
the
be
finals.
live streaming it, or are they the APTA?
The APTA
Okay.
will be producing, but the APTA will have announcers
Gotcha.
for each of the matches that come in.
Yeah, it'll be cool, man. Yes.
Get your late night radio DJ voice going.
Kind of.
Yeah, this is the one that always reminds me of WNUA,
Yeah.
smooth jazz.
To lay down.
Sunday brunch
break
coming
down
to you
boogie
from
on
the
the wrong
Winston
side of
Hotel.
town.
Okay, Court 2 is going to pull the plug. They're not going to continue the match.
We should live stream the negotiations.
That's actually what Jason asked. He's like, can we bring a camera into the hut? And I was like, no, they're all bolted onto the courts.
Draft.
If they want to have the discussion under the Birchwood logo, we can hear them and watch them go through the process. But otherwise,
It's like Draft Day Part 2.
I'm not
Draft
doing
Day, the sequel.
remotes. Yes, our buddy Damien watching the stream mentions that this is the only bummer about paddle is that snow flurries is so much better than rain.
Oh, yeah.
It's
He is
just
so
the
right.
only thing that can kind of really knock you out.
Nah, great point. He's right. Absolutely. Much rather have it white out than this. Unless you just, you really don't like your opponent, in which case,
I did play a tournament once with my buddy Chris Mullen, and we played a tournament in Denver, and we had some rough weather, and in the semifinals, we could not see the ball. Like it was snowing that hard, where it was just like you couldn't see the other side of the court, and there was like slush building up on your shoelaces. It was a little crazy.
Mike Raleigh told a story. I think it was Mike Raleigh. Told a story about where it was snowing so hard where when he was serving, he kept his mouth open and he got a mouthful.
Yep.
I mean, that's a lot of snow. Like if it's coming sideways, it's like,
Yeah.
that's pretty amazing. I don't know. I like the inclement weather. I'm a mudder. I'd rather be out there with all that junk. Of course, when you're wearing glasses like I do, that's a problem, so I got to wear contacts if I'm out there.
Nice.
I'm starting to realize it doesn't make any difference. I swear to you. Like, if I go out and hit some balls with you, I could literally not have my glasses on and I'll still hit the ball just as much as I do.
That's such a huge advantage that you
It's
have.
so
You can
stupid.
shank more balls into the court than anybody I've ever met. I mean, and then they just bounce like crazy because you can't figure out what direction they're going to go.
I met so many people who will tell me that, and they're right, they're true. But
It's
no,
awesome.
but they say that about themselves, and I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. And then when I go out and play, I get, Sean, I've never seen anybody. You're the luckiest freaking. How do you
You
hit
know-
anything on the front?
I remember doing a drill one time where you had mentioned something about, like, remember, if you shank a ball, you go to the net because it's going to spin,
Yeah.
Like crazy.
Figured
And I
to
was
go to
like,
the net. Yeah, that's what I said.
I was like,
you may figure
and
to
I
go
was
to
like,
the net. Yeah.
Coach, I've
'Cause you
never,
never know.
I don't hit, my shanks don't go in, they bounce off the ceiling or hit me on the side of the head. Like, your ability to shank the ball in the court so
Yeah.
that you can rely on it and have a game plan is incredible.
Well, let me throw it. I'll tell you this much, and this is where I knew that the only thing I ever did properly on a tennis court or even a platform tennis court is miss hit the ball. Because I've had people come to me and tell me, I played a guy in a men's open tournament. I just remember this. I forgot it. He told me this. It was a great match. His name was, I don't know if I should mention his name, Kevin Tuft. Okay, so he said, I remember coming to the net at match point, and you were going down the line. I know you were passing me down the line, and he's left-handed, and I mishit it off the bottom edge of my racket, and it turned into a topspin lob, cross-court lob winner on match point. And he goes,
Did you
I didn't even
fist
look back. No. I literally apologized. He said, Sean, you were like the coolest. You went, oh my God, I am so sorry. Like I said that to him, and I forgot I did that. And he's just like, yeah, that was like one of the nights. But I was like, I freaking hated you, and yet you were like real nice about it. I was like, because I had it. He goes, you know, now that you mentioned Kevin, I do remember you were on that. So I mean, when people come up to you and tell you that, I guess, you know, maybe I do miss hit the ball a lot. I don't mean to, but I don't know. It's one of those things
It's a skill. Maybe it's an attribute. I don't know.
It would be, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think there's 45 viewers that have just passed out in front of the laptop at this point.
I'm running out of tracks here.
I think we're going to go back to the starting soon screen, and we will get a ruling from court 1 as to whether or not they are going to
I'll be out there.
play.
So
It's just got lost.
And,
ball's in Adam Morgan's court.
Yeah,
literally
okay.
right now.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Good
So
pun
we'll let you know. We'll go back. We'll come back if they're going to play their match, or if they decide that they're going to call it. We will kill the stream and say goodnight to chat.
Yeah, thanks to Mitch Granger for
But
hanging out for a
otherwise,
little
thank you
while.
guys.
stick around at your own peril. And Mitch, thanks for hopping on stream with us for a
Absolutely.
little
Thank
bit.
you guys.